I'm not late. I'm not late. Nobody can prove that I was late. Nobody can prove anything. What's going on, Killbot? Philp in the lineup. Yep. Zane, how you doing? Kris Knoblauch. Good to see you again. Visual Cortex, what's going on? What's going on, Kyle? What's going on, Whatta? What's going on, Alex? McSorley, good to see you again. Vehicle, good to see you as well. Borealis, how are you? Good to see you as well. What's going on, Andler? Good to see you again. I hope everyone's weekend is going well. Welcome back in. Welcome back in. What's up, Kyle? Are we ready for a big matinee game against the Red Wings today? There is some lineup changes. We will discuss it. What's going on, some stranger? How are you? Good to see you again. I'm doing well. What's going on, Nathan? Good to see you again. Now, I wanted to go live a little bit early because I did not get a pregame report up, and I know a lot of you look forward to those, but I did put together the stats and lines anyways, so we can take a look. I'm here to see the Oilers win. Let's do it. So there are a couple changes with the lineup. There's a couple changes here. Howard and Philp are back in. Tomaszek and Lazar are out. On the top line, you have McDavid with Draisaitl and Mangiapane, so they've reloaded the top line. Podkolzin, Nuge, and Roslovic on the second line, which I'm not against. I think that's a pretty okay second line. Third line, Frederic, Philp, and Kapanen. Again, I don't mind that at all. And then on the fourth line, you have Howard with Henrique and Savoy. I'm looking forward to seeing Ike Howard and Matthew Savoy play 8 minutes of time on ice tonight. That's going to be awesome. David Tomaszek has been shadow banned. Yes, Erica. Don't know where the heck Tomaszek. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he's hurt. As far as I know, it's just a healthy scratch, but he could be banged up. Who knows? On defense, Ekholm with Bouchard, Nurse, Stetcher, Kulak, Emberson, and Jake Wallman is very close to returning. I don't think he's playing today, but they did put Alec Regula on injured reserve, so Regula is still not quite ready to go. Wallman likely very, very close. If he's not playing today, then he will play on Tuesday, I imagine. And then Stu gets the start. Stu gets the start here. We take a look at the stats for both teams. I'll just leave this on the screen. I'll save my voice for the game. I'll let y'all take care of that. I'll let y'all read it. I will read comments. What's going on, Benny from all right. Good to see him. Brandel, what in the hell is going on with my Flames? A team that is firmly rebuilding, potentially even tanking for Gavin McKenna, I think is what's going on. Going to buy a snowboard and some gear. That sounds expensive, but fun. I like that. We need a full Howard, Philp, Savoy line. I'd be a fan of that line. Don't just skate around and look bored, right? Please win, please. Crying in bed, what a familiar feeling. What's going on, Drakenite? How are you? Hopefully the boys will break my New Jersey curse tonight. Let's go. Let's hope they break it. If Philp scores today, I'll get his jersey. I hope he does score then. I don't know why I gave the Red Wings the the edge and save percentage. Clearly, the edge is for the Oilers. Appreciate it, Greg. Coaching little kids sucks. You were once a kid that had to be coached, though. Remember to be patient and kind. Need you to win as a Habs fan. We need Detroit to lose. All right, well, we'll do our best, but the Oilers are off to their typical October start. Hopefully Philp doesn't score so he can stay in the lineup. That's big brain. Yeah, these were the stats to the game. Oilers ranked 17th on the power play, 13th on the kill. They score very little goals. It's actually 2.6 goals. I don't know why I didn't change this. Clearly, the lack of sleep is affecting me at the moment. It's 2.60 goals against per game, which puts them at 9th. 9th. They rank 9th in goals against per game. They rank 25th in goals per game. There we go. There we go. That's the accurate stat lineup. Go to sleep. Only blue collar stuff, right? Go to work. I said you're on fraud watch, Kris Knoblauch. I am putting you on fraud watch. I'm not saying that you're a fraud. I'm just saying that you are on fraud watch. I do have Instagram. Yeah, there should be a link to the Instagram in the description of the live stream. Very excited and exhausted. Had my inauguration day at my pet store grooming yesterday. I'm so happy to spend all the day with my dog and a lot of others and my wife. That's amazing. I love the positive vibes that you're bringing right now, Drake and Knight. That makes me very happy. That makes me very, very happy. I mean, I don't watch anyone's reels. I mean, sometimes I watch reels, but not always. Manifesting an Oilers win. Let's do it. Also, I have a big Red Bull today for energy. I need the energy right now. I also love how it's just like you all just call me Unk. That's just the the consensus now. I'm just an Unk. Exactly. Keep it real, not real. I like that. Quote of the day, Andler. Quote of the day. So are we going to win today? I hope so. Please. Unk status confirmed. How about them dogs, though? Which dogs? As the kids these days say, let me cook, Austin. Chris, you're on thin ice with me. You're on thin ice with me, Kris Knoblauch. Not sure if I agree with some of the decisions that you're making right now. Yeah. Here are the lines of the game. Actually, I'm going to hide the Play Alberta. There we go. We don't need to see the Play Alberta logo. Or the money line. Don't even pay attention to this stuff. Don't gamble, kids. Not worth it. 6-1 Vegas? Huge risk, but I'm done busting my back and head for others and don't get paid a fair salary. Rather work for myself doing what I love. I love that. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I should play Austin hockey videos. What? Lazar taking out back old Yeller style for scoring. Yeah, as soon as he put that puck in the net, he realized, oh no. To be fair, sorry. To be fair, I didn't think Lazar had a very good game until he scored. The damn Hughes brothers. How's Vancouver doing right now? Let's check. Let's check the out of town scoreboard. Canucks are up 4-2. Well, it was 4-0. I saw Tom Wilson throwing a dirty hit earlier. That's just typical Tom Wilson. Probably won't even get fined. What's going on with your Flames, Brandel? Like I said, they are probably they're not going to be obvious about it, but the tank for Gavin McKenna might be intentional this season for Calgary. They might be tanking for Gavin McKenna. What's up, Zane? How am I feeling? I feel okay. I feel all right. Refs for the Oilers game. Let's go to scouting the refs. Let's take a look at the refs for the game against Edmonton. Justin Kia and Eric Furlat. Okay. Edmonton last season had a 2-3 record with Justin Kia. Under Eric Furlat, the Oilers were 0-3 last year. So there might be something there. I appreciate it, Ash. Still not 100%, but we'll get there. Is it Patel? Wes McCauley. Oh, my God. What's going on, Christian? How are you? Yeah, Regula's still out. I'm assuming he was... He probably suffered some form of concussion-like symptoms. Maybe not exactly a concussion, but could be concussion-like symptoms that are still, ongoing. That might be why he's not playing. Jeff Skinner's doing great in San Jose, though. Good for him. Sad for us. Yeah, Connor Brown doing great in New Jersey as well. Connor Brown has 3 goals this season, by the way. Connor Brown has 3 goals this season. How many goals does Connor McDavid have? I remember that very well, Zane. I remember that very well. Yeah, Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid also has, Curtis Lazar has more goals than McDavid. I'll never get mad at Connor Brown for scoring a goal. Even if it's against Edmonton, I love Connor Brown to death. Wish they could have kept him. Had to go to West Edmonton Mall. Just came home. There you go, FC. How was the mall? How was the mall today? McDavid's going to score and win the game for the Oilers. I hope you are right. If you're wrong, I'm going to ban you. Just kidding. I would never do that. It was crowded, yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised. West Ed on a weekend, always busy. GG's, game's over, boys. Yeah, pack it up. We'll just end the stream here. McDavid and Draisaitl are loaded up today, folks. McDavid and Draisaitl are back on the same line. A little bit better today, Coolistic. A little bit better. A little bit more energy today. So, I think McDavid has 7 assists. He has 0 goals and 7 assists. Who's a more valuable player, Shohei Ohtani or McJesus? I mean, Shohei Ohtani pitches and hits. I think Ohtani legitimately is the greatest athlete on the planet right now. Just straight up. Missed the score prediction. I didn't have a score prediction. If I go with a score prediction today, matinee game. Lines have been juggled. McDavid and Draisaitl loaded up. This is either going to be very high scoring or very low scoring. I am going to say, you know what? I think the Oilers are due for a breakout. I'm going to say 6-3 Edmonton with at least one empty netter. Let's go 6-3 Edmonton with an empty netter. Do not redeem. Do not redeem the card. Well, yesterday I said it was going to be 5-3 New Jersey, and then New Jersey won 5-3. So if I say 6-3 Edmonton today, right? Like maybe I can go 2 for 2 for the weekend. Hey, what's going on, Gia? How are you? I don't know why Sportsnet is playing plays of the month. Hello? Could they not do that? Okay, good. Thank you. Hey, what's going on, Andy? Good to see you again. Noah Philp is in the lineup. You can see on the screen Noah Philp, third line center today. Lurker Lieutenant says 5-1 Oil. Man, I would love that. Wallman, I don't think is in. Wallman's not in. Regula's on IR. I think Wallman is just an extra skater. I think he was just taking warm-ups, but I don't think he's in. Hey, what's up, McSorley? Good to see you again. No, you're good, Shadow. All good. No worries. Detroit scores 4 own goals. Could you imagine? The Oilers have to get off to a quick start here. I would like to see them put the pedal to the metal. First 5 minutes, get up 2-0 within the first 5 minutes of this game. Like, just go all out. Whatever the energy they have in the tank, just put it all out there. Does Howard have a realistic chance of staying in this lineup? No. I think as soon as Matthias Janmark is ready to go, Howard is being banished to the Shadow Realm. Appreciate it, McSorley. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit better today. I've got more energy, so it's showing the Canucks game. Go to Sportsnet West. If you go to Sportsnet West, you should be able to find the Oilers. '24 Conference Finals Game 6. If you know, you know, where the Oilers were outshot like 42-12 and 1-1. To be fair, I also like Janmark because of Game 7. He was the only Oiler that could score in Game 7 against Florida, which is very sad. Makes me very sad. It was a nice goal, too. You reckon yesterday Pix wasn't helped by the players in front of him, or he just played poorly? The game yesterday was not on Calvin Pickard at all. Not even remotely close. The team in front of Pickard stunk. I'm not putting anything on Pickard yesterday. Oh, I got you, Coolistic. Okay. Hey, what's going on, Gold? How are you? No, Gold. No. It's let's go Oilers. Detroit has 4 wins this season already. They've let the Oilers catch up. We need the Oilers to catch up here. Sounds good. No worries, Gia. How are we going to be... Sorry, I'm not sure what you're asking me, Zane. What's going on? No clue. Good to see you. I don't think so, Gold. I think Detroit is A-OK. I think they're A-OK right now. Let Oilers fans have one. Bog says Edmonton come from behind victory 6-5 today. Okay. I think the Oilers need wins more. I know this is the typical October start for Edmonton, but I do think the Oilers need a little bit more here. It's so weird that this happens, Hamar. It's so weird that the team is like this. It's frustrating. No. Yesterday was one of those games where you don't put on the goalie. Like there are times where it's like, okay, we really needed a save. The way Edmonton played in front of Picks yesterday, awful. Just awful. What would be my thoughts if the Oilers don't make the playoffs? The crash out will be legendary if Edmonton misses out on the playoffs. I'm just going to let you know right now. Who's in net today? It's Stu. Stuart Skinner's in net today. Calvin Pickard played yesterday, so Stu gets the start today. How did it end up 5-3? Well, you see, New Jersey made it 3-1 shorthanded, and then they made it 4-1 on the power play. And then Nugent Hopkins made it 4-2. And then New Jersey got an empty netter, 5-2. And then Curtis Lazar scored with literally like a second left in the game to make it 5-3. Yeah, that's true, Zayden. That's true. There is a lot of road games for Edmonton. They got to figure it out on the road here. What's going on, Justin? Good to see you. This one's going to be a banger. Let's do it. Oh, yeah, we need Dark Stu on the screen, right? We got to channel some Dark Stu energy, bring him back up. Golder has always been goated. That's why they have mod powers, because I trust Golder. Golder's been around for a while. The game started, right? Not yet. It's still like pregame. They still have to do the anthems. We needed Dark Picks yesterday. I don't think Dark Picks would have saved the day yesterday. Hopefully we witness some darkness from Stu and some redemption from Boosh, Nurse, and Dave. Oh, man. Bouchard. Does Bouchard have a point this season? Can somebody fact check me on that? Does Evan Bouchard even have a single point? Bouchard's start to the season is without a doubt one of the most shocking things about the entire year. I didn't watch the Condors game, but Connor Ingram, great game, only gave up 1 goal. That's a great sign. That's a good start for Connor Ingram. Don't know when we see him up with Edmonton, but I am happy that he was able to get the win in his first start down there. I heard Bakersfield's a nice place. If you switch to Sportsnet West, should be the Oilers. He has 0 points. Oh my God. Okay, he does have 0 points. Okay, I wasn't just guessing that. Bouchard's start to the year has been brutal. It's in effect this season, Jax. He was a restricted free agent during the summer. I don't even think he's eligible to be sent down to Bakersfield. No, Bouchard doesn't have a point, and he's a -3. Normally, his offense offsets some of the defensive deficiencies that we see in his game sometimes, but we haven't seen the offense yet this season from Bouch. One of the reasons why the Oilers' offense in general hasn't got going, a lot of Edmonton's offense goes through Bouch, right? He makes that initial outlet pass up to Connor or Leon. They go in on transition. They get set up, but we haven't seen that. And the power play is anemic. We haven't seen a Bouch bomb on the power play either. All right, we're not name calling. We're not name calling Bouchard. Come on now. We're better than that. No name calling. We can criticize Evan Bouchard's play without name calling. Banish Bouch to North Korea. Oh my God. I wouldn't say McShit, Kyle, but I might say McStinky at this point. Maybe he's a little McStinky. Should Bouch switch to forward? I think he is still a very effective D-man. Him, like a lot of players on the team right now, are just not playing nearly good enough. So far, so good, Justin. So far, so good. Make a sisty. Make a ghost. Nuge is goated so far this season. Yeah, the Flames did get busted. Yeah, it's why I'm trying not to crash out, Slane. I'm trying to look at this team as objectively as possible. I haven't had a reason to truly crash out yet. Yesterday, I was close because the effort for several games now, 3 games in a row, has just not been in there, and it's frustrating. I think fans are justified in being frustrated. Probably not worth screaming and shouting, though. What team should I play as in franchise mode? Ooh. Philly. Play as Philly. Get rid of Rick Tocchet as head coach and play Michkov 21 minutes a night. The kid does not deserve to get scratched or benched the way he has been under Tocchet. I hope so, Trask. I hope so. Hopefully they're going to go off. Well, yeah, and you know, a lot of fans not happy that McDavid and Draisaitl are loaded up again today. But I think because McDavid has 0 goals, this is a situation where you're trying to get them going. You're trying to get McDavid going. I don't mind loading them up right now. Skinner 59 saves. Oh my God. All right, puck is about to be dropped here, folks. Philly replaced Torts with Torts 2.0. Exactly. All right, puck is dropped here. Oh, I forgot to hit start on the clock. Whoopsies. Puck is going to be sent down to Stuart Skinner. He'll play that across to Evan Bouchard. Bouchard up the right boards. Connor McDavid trying to grab possession here. McDavid, he's checked off the puck in the Red Wing zone. I think so. I think when McDavid scores, the floodgates will open. I think it's one of those situations where, and there's an icing on Detroit. So offensive zone draw for Edmonton. Hey, what's going on, Oilers girl? How are you? Offensive zone draw. The Nugent-Hopkins line is out for Edmonton. Off the draw, one back to Darnell Nurse. Shot towards Gibson. Gibson's in net for Detroit today. So one shot apiece for Edmonton and Detroit. Oh, the Caps scored. So it's 4-3 in that game now. Oh, boy. I would have been okay with that, Drake. And that would have made sense. All right, off the draw. Here's Darnell Nurse with another shot. That goes way wide. Puck along the half wall. Stetcher keeps it alive for a moment, but it comes to DeBrincat. He'll play it up the right wing. Through the middle of the ice, Nurse will send it in deep. Detroit on transition, though, trying to get into the Oilers zone. Puck being battled in the neutral zone. Red Wings enter. Stetcher does a good job getting his stick in the way. Roslovic trying to play it out. He's checked off the puck. Give away to Casper. Casper with a shot. Easily saved by Stuart Skinner. And here's Standing Pelech. There's a few players on Detroit where I'm not familiar with their names, so if I mispronounce names, I do apologize. Puck is flipped behind the Oilers' goal. Darnell Nurse or Brett Kulak goes to fight for it. Detroit shot from the point, deflects in front. Trent Frederick trying to come up with it. Red Wings play it into the corner. Here's Comfer. Comfer cycles it down low. Bertuzzi plays it to the point. Here's Johansson. And that's blocked in front by an Oiler defender. Trent Frederick for the Oilers will send it in deep. His back is on the verge of collapse. Does Larkin have back issues? Or is that a reference to him carrying the team? Here's a shot from distance on Stuart Skinner. Easy save. Kitty, what you doing, bud? What you doing? Hey, what you doing? Hey, buddy. You just gonna lay right there, huh? Hi. Okay. Hi, buddy. Come the Red Wings now. Bringing it into the Oilers zone. Centered out in front. Here's a breakaway and a good save from Stuart Skinner. Oh, my God. Jeez. Who was that? Was that Patrick Kane that got in tight there? He was all alone, and Stuart Skinner had to close the 5-hole and make a good save early. Not the start Edmonton's looking for right now. The pressure being put on the goalies is just not, it's not fair to the goalies, man. Team has to figure it out defensively. Here's Darnell Nurse. He'll play it up the left wing. And Mangiapane was being all tied up there. No call. Detroit trying to send it up the glass. Larkin plays it back. Here's Larkin now. Kane into the middle. Or Finn? Finney? I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name. Here's Nurse up to Mangiapane. McDavid trying to spin, trying to cut in front, and he's checked hard by the Red Wings defender, DeFinney. It's Finney? Okay. Here's Leon Draisaitl now as the Oilers will bring the puck back in, and that's going to be sent right back out. Oilers have a lot of one and dones where they'll send the puck in and then they immediately just lose possession and opponents just skate out. And that puck is shot out of play. Alrighty. Get the kitty cam up for everyone. You know how much y'all love the kitty cam here. Can watch him clean himself. Off the faceoff, Oilers lose it. DeBrincat plays it back to his defender, Johansson. It's up the right boards now. Here's Noah Philp for the Oilers. He'll send it in deep. Brett Kulak up to Rozovic. Rozovic into the middle of the ice for Nugent Hopkins, who's had a great start to the season for the Oilers, although his success is not translated into team success, sadly. Rozovic trying to keep the cycle alive for Edmonton. Nugent Hopkins to Podkolzin with a shot. That goes off of Edmondson into the corner. I don't know. Vehicle, I don't know. Here's Emberson. Cycles the puck back deep into the zone there. Pass in front to Nugent Hopkins out of his reach, and the Red Wings will skate it out. 3-on-2. Nice check by Emberson. I've liked Emberson's game. Emberson's had a good last couple of games, so defensively, he's making smart reads. That makes me happy. Here's Edmondson up the right boards. Puck gets by Darnell Nurse. He protects against Comfer. Comfer causes a turnover. Here's a shot towards the Oilers net, and that goes wide. Behind now and around the corner. Stolen by Kapanen. Kapanen trying to feed Frederick up the middle. It's going to be brought into the Red Wings zone. Frederick protects. Can't come up with it. Is Tomashek play? No, Tomashek is a scratch today. In the Detroit zone, Johansson against Frederick. Loses it to Philp. Noah Philp for the Oilers. He's going to get checked, trying to play the puck forward. Philp on a line with Frederick and Kapanen. Puck cycled around here. Troy Stetcher steps up. Behind the goal. Center attempt by Kapanen goes nowhere. And the Red Wings trying to send it up the boards. Comfer can't grab it. And the Oilers keep the pressure alive here. Good shift by this third line for Edmonton. Stetcher towards the net, doesn't make it. Puck is flipped up the middle, bounces towards Skinner, and he's forced to make a play on that. Okay. Sorry, I had to adjust something. Here's Evan Bouchard. Skates it up the middle of the ice through the neutral zone. Bouchard with some speed, looking for his first point of the season. Here's a shot by Ekholm, and that's stopped by John Gibson. Puck is flipped back to the neutral zone. Detroit brings it back in. Here's Kopp, checked by Ike Howard. Here's Bouchard now. Hangs on to it. Hey, what's going on, Meatbag? When do we turn our clocks back? I have no idea, actually. That's a good question. Here's a play to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl trying to find McDavid up the middle. Mangiapane picks it up. Mangiapane with some speed will go behind the Red Wings net, forced wide. And that's sent down the ice by... I don't know who that was on Detroit, but it's sent down in the Oilers zone. Darnell Nurse is forced to play it around. Puck will come into the middle. Mangiapane loses it. Leon Draisaitl protects. Draisaitl into the middle. Here's Connor McDavid in the slot. Passes it to Mangiapane instead of just shooting. I don't understand. McDavid has another chance in the slot area, and he could have shot, and he just chooses not to. Here comes Dylan Larkin now for the Red Wings. To Finney. Finney, he tries to center it across to Raymond, and that went off of a stick. Draisaitl. Draisaitl's tripped up. No call there, and Detroit will bring it back in. Here's Finney for the Red Wings with a shot, and that's going to be stopped by Stuart Skinner with 12:15 to play. And Darnell Nurse isn't happy. Hey, what's going on, Everett? We are overpassing the puck. McDavid should not have passed to Mangiapane. He's literally in the high slot. Just shoot it. Dark Stew looks good. Yeah, it's Stew early in this one. Looks focused. That's a good sign. Sorry, there's a bug on my one monitor. I'll be right back. I got to get rid of this thing. It's bugging me. I don't know where the bug went. He was on my monitor. It's like he knew I was coming to kill him. It's one of those weird beetles with like, it has like a red stripe on it. Oh, here he is. Oh, here. Whatever, bro. Whatever, bro. This beetle is smarter than me. He knows how to hide. This chair older. I mean, this chair I got in what year did I get chair? 2016? 2017? It's old. It's an 8-year-old chair. All right, back from commercial break. Red Wings off the face-off. Here's a shot towards Stu. He's forced to make a good save. Here's a shot towards the net again, and that goes out of play. That's true. I did say that. I did say that to the bug. If I see him again, I'm gonna have to get rid of him. All right, we're gonna end the poll here. 87% of you said please. Yes, hit the like button as well. All right, defensive zone draw. Noah Philp will take it for Edmonton. Actually, he's going to get kicked out, so Trent Frederick's going to take it. Here's... it's one of those weird, like, beetles. It's one of those beetles that has, like, a red stripe on it. I forget what they're called. There's been, like, an infestation of them around Alberta this fall. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy vehicle. That's unreal energy. No, not a ladybug. Here's a shot towards Stu, and that's blocked. Detroit looking pretty fast here. Here's a shot towards the goal, and that goes wide. Noah Philp sends it to the neutral zone. That's gloved ahead by the Red Wings, and that's going to be a glove pass and a whistle. He'll get called up eventually, Crape. He'll get called up eventually. I don't want to rush Connor Ingram. Let him get comfortable. Let him get confident down there. And then when he's ready, you call him up. Hey, what's going on, Reese? Good to see you again. Bernard Docker had an opportunity. As if it was a good, firm peachy ass. You got to calm down, bro. Frederick has been a little bit more than mid. That's for sure. Here's Podkolzin. Now he'll play it up to Roslovic. Roslovic, puck in his feet. Podkolzin picks it up, plays it back to the blue line. Sent around by Nurse. Nugent-Hopkins to Stetcher. Stetcher to Nugent-Hopkins. Nugent-Hopkins shot towards the Detroit goal. That's blocked in front. Roslovic fights for it. Can't come up with it. And it comes back to Nugent-Hopkins. He can't get it in deep, and the Red Wings will get it out of trouble here. Are the Oilers sick? Not that I'm aware of. They were sick during preseason, but I don't think they're sick right now. Here's Darnell Nurse. Puck into an area. Bounces in front of the Red Wings goal, but nobody can pick it up. Evan Bouchard, good stop up in the neutral zone, but he loses the handle. Finney plays it back to Larkin. Dylan Larkin shot towards the goal, and that's stopped by Stuart Skinner. Might have hit the side of the net. I'm not sure. No, Ken Holland, he's destroying the LA Kings right now. We do not want him anywhere near Edmonton ever again. Here's Draisaitl. sends the puck in deep in the Red Wing zone. Mangiapane on the forecheck, picks it up. McDavid out of his reach. Detroit will skate it out of trouble here. It's just another low event period. Detroit, though, they keep the play alive. Here's a centering attempt, and that goes out of play. With 9:33 to go. He's doing his job, then. Yeah, exactly. Another low event period here for the Oilers. Not much is happening offensively for this team right now. Detroit has had the better chances. They've only had, I think, 2 chances the whole period. One of them was a partial breakaway for Patrick Kane, so... Well, you're right. Kane is not playing. Who the heck had the breakaway then? I don't know who had the breakaway. I thought it was Kane. I'm just an idiot. Yeah, Raymond's in the lineup. Should be on Sportsnet West Coolistic. Bought a secondhand snowboard for $80. There you go. New snowboards are pretty expensive, so not too bad getting a secondhand one for $80. Oh no, that's your dog, right? Yeah, that's this is Kris Knoblauch's 2025 Edmonton Oilers, where it's just low event, boring hockey. No, we're talking about Patrick Kane, Everett. We're talking about Patrick Kane. Patrick Kane is on Detroit. Today was the first win for the U.S. versus Quebec for us versus Quebec in 1979. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Oh, and Matthew Savoy, puck in his feet. He just fell down. I guess Matthew Savoy didn't want the puck there. Hit a banana peel. Here's Ty Emberson now. Reverses to Kulak. Kulak trying to move it up the boards. Howard supporting against Rasmussen, but Rasmussen is a big body. Tough to get the puck off of him. Rasmussen takes down Emberson. No call. Nice job by Howard into the middle. Here's Kulak for the Oilers. Kulak will send it in deep. Here's Adam Henrique. Centers it out in front, and Howard fans on the shot. Little flubber to John Gibson. McDribble. Flubber mention. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate by Isaac Howard, although it is nice to see that line getting some sustained zone pressure. Like to see that. Oilers will get the top line out here. Draisaitl wins it to McDavid. Here's a one-timer from Draisaitl. Missed the net by 500 feet. Must have been watching Cody Ceci highlights before the game today. And Detroit will bring it out. Here's Finney for the Red Wings. And Larkin also hit a banana peel. So Larkin falling from nothing. Draisaitl on his backhand into the middle of the ice. That's going to be stolen by Larkin. Larkin sends it in. Evan Bouchard's going to be forced to make a play here. Nice reverse pass to Connor McDavid. Here's McDavid now to Ekholm to Draisaitl. Draisaitl enters the Red Wing zone. He tries to center it into an area and kind of a weird pass. Bouchard sends it in deep. Nobody was there to forecheck for the Oilers. Bouchard keeps the play alive for a moment, but Detroit is going to get this out of trouble. Here's Kasper. Kasper against McDavid. Stops up, plays it across the ice. Draisaitl steals it. Draisaitl back to Bouchard. Here's Ekholm up the right side, just out of the reach of Draisaitl. Puck behind the Red Wings goal. It's going to be played up, and the Oilers are making a change. Lucky to not get called for too many men there. Here's Nurse. Off the glass. Kept in by the Red Wings. Detroit shot on by DeBrincat. Easy save by Stuart Skinner. Another shot towards the goal, and Stuart Skinner forces it into the corner. Here's Noah Philp now for the Oilers, and Trent Frederick, partial 2-on-1. Philp cuts in the middle, backhands it, pass to Frederick, can't get a shot off, and then the puck skips over Kapanen stick. It's behind the Red Wings net now. Kapanen fights for it with Philp. Trent Frederick along the boards, can't come up with it, and the Red Wings just want the puck more. It looks like the Red Wings are just working a little bit harder for the puck at the moment. I also like the Philp line. Here's Podkolzin now. He tries to get the puck in deep. That's going to be stopped up at the blue line, so the Oilers have to reset. Ty Emberson for the Oilers sends it in deep. I'm sure he's around. I'm sure he's around. Here's Appleton into the middle. Edmondson to Comfer to Appleton. Across the ice, shot towards the Oilers' goal. Deflected in front, and Nugent Hopkins will play it up to Roslovic. Here's Jack Roslovic. He'll chip, and he'll chase. Detroit up the ice here. Here's a shot by, I don't know who that was on Detroit, but good save by Stuart Skinner. Detroit has a lot of players' names that are like kind of long. Some of them are a little bit difficult for me to see on the broadcast, so shots are 7-3 in favor of the Red Wings. The Oilers have done nothing. Oh my goodness, here's a play in front all alone, and another shot that Stu has to make a save on. Jeez Louise. Andrew Kopp had a good look. Rasmussen also had a chance, but couldn't get a puck on net. This is crazy. Don't make me put you in the femboy now. Here's Johansson down low. Kopp centers it out in front. Matthew Savoy will take it, and the Oilers have a 3-on-2. Savoy with Nurse and Howard. Howard into the middle, just out of the reach of Nurse there. 3-on-2 there should have generated something, but they did not generate anything. Here's a puck off the glass through the neutral zone. Matthias Ekholm for Edmonton to Draisaitl. Draisaitl brings it in the Red Wing zone. Might have looked offside, but they didn't call it. Puck around. Draisaitl can't keep it alive. Bouchard will step up. Draisaitl against Raymond. Mangiapane into the corner. Finds it for Draisaitl. McDavid's hit. And Finney will get it to Larkin. And the Red Wings, they will get out of trouble here. Here's Bouchard with a giveaway. Finney brings it in the middle. Here's a shot towards the Oilers' goal, and that goes wide. Kept alive for a moment, but the Oilers do get it clear. On McDavid, his pass attempt is picked off, and the Red Wings just maintain possession here with 4:17 left in the first period. Here's Kapanen to Trent Frederick. Frederick overskates the puck, and the Red Wings once again on transition. Here's Casper. I mean, the Oilers should be a fast team, but they look slow right now. They look slow compared to Detroit. You're 50 seconds ahead of me. I'm not surprised. Thank you, Sportsnet Plus, for being an abysmal streaming service. Oh, it's not just Bouchard giving away pucks. It's literally everybody on the team right now. Here's Ty Emberson. Tries to make a pass, and he flubbed that. Edmondson hangs on to it. Puck will come to Comfer. He'll play it back. Here's Edmondson across the ice. Detroit trying to get their forecheck going here. Puck behind the Oilers' net. Stuart Skinner to Stetcher into the middle here. Podkolzin to the neutral zone. Darnell Nurse trying to find Nugent Hopkins. Bad giveaway from Nurse, and the Red Wings will skate it up the ice once again. Here's Skinner now around to Nurse. Flipped into the neutral zone. And Detroit, once again, they'll just pick up the puck. The Oilers have had 0 sustained zone time. Any chance that they've had to get into Detroit zone is met by solid sticks and defense by the Red Wings. Here's Bernard Docker to Larkin. Finney chases after it against Stetcher. Stetcher into the middle. Darnell Nurse backhands it up the ice. Not deep. Here's Evan Bouchard for the Oilers. He spins away from a check, and the Oilers are making a change. Bouchard with a good outlet, deflected in by Roslovic. Puck kept alive. Here's Draisaitl trying to center it across, and that's a good defensive play by the Red Wings once again. Oilers passes, not sharp, not crisp, not finding their targets. Here's McDavid into the middle, steps through into the slot, and he can't get a shot off, and the Red Wings will skate this out 2-on-1. Here's Larkin with Finney. Across, Finney centers it. Here's a shot, and that is blocked by Ekholm. Oh, my God. Goodness gracious. The Red Wings with a glorious opportunity, and they didn't even get a shot on goal there. But this is a tough watch. The Oilers have nothing right now. And it's their top players that have nothing. Here's Isaac Howard, skates it into the Red Wing zone, and he overskated it, and that's going to be offside. Oh, boy. Yes, you would be correct, Colby. Yeah, it's not good. Oh my goodness gracious. Trying to be as excited as possible for this game, trying to have more energy, trying to stay into it, but the Oilers they're making it really, really difficult right now. We are the New York Islanders, right? This is brutal, man. A team with this much talent should not look this discombobulated. McJuvie would cook. If we don't score, will this be our third scoreless first period in a row? Yes. Yeah, not having Hyman, obviously, that I do agree. That does really affect the way they want to roll their lines, I think. It affects shot quality because Hyman, he does find ways into those high quality areas. But the team just looks like, I don't know. Yes, Stu's been good. Stuart Skinner has been solid. Absolutely. Hit the like button for Dark Stu. Dark Stu, he's keeping us in this right now. He's giving us a chance. The goaltending has been the least of Edmonton's concerns this season, which is incredibly surprising to me. Oh, we don't need to talk about that. Kyle. How come Stu has been the best player on the ice for the last 3 games? That is a great question. Great question. Well, yeah, for a Red Wings fan, I'm sure you're having some fun. Of course. There's the puck bobbling in front of the Red Wings goal. Picked up by Kapanen with a shot. Doesn't make it. Here's Kulak now to Roslovic. Philp centers it out in front to Kapanen, and that's going to be stopped by Gibson. Pretty easy save there for Gibson. Yeah, Nuge. Nuge has what, four goals this season? 3 goals this season? 4. That is quite the hot take, Oilers PF. I can't say I totally agree, but it's very obvious that they've needed more from McDavid, especially in the 2 finals. Stave on Foods ad, Cialis ad. Why would there be a Cialis ad? What the heck? Here's Matthias Ekholm. Puck played back. The Canucks held on. Good for Vancouver. People say it's early. People say, don't get worked up. It's early in the season. These points don't matter. These points do matter. These points absolutely matter this time of year, and I would like the Oilers to play like these points matter. Here's Roslovic for the Oilers. He'll send that across the ice out of the reach of Podkolzin. He'll chase after it. Here's Bouchard to Nugent-Hopkins. Cycles it to Roslovic. Roslovic's knocked down, and here's Sherratt. Sherratt walks in. Here's a shot on Stuart Skinner, and easy save for Stu. He'll hang on to that one. Yeah, all points matter, man. I don't care what month it is. I don't care what game number it is. These points matter, and the give a shit meter needs to be a lot higher for Edmonton. This is not good. Roslovic, I'm willing to give Roslovic a couple more weeks. He didn't get a preseason, right? I consider his first 5 or 6 games like preseason. He didn't get training camp or preseason. Gibson definitely hasn't been tested from the high danger variety. When will the... That's a great... See, I'm not a betting person. He wasn't sent down. He was just scratched today, right? He wasn't actually sent down, was he? Pretty sure he was just scratched. No, you're good. You're good, Potato. All good. My God. All right, well, first period's over. What's going on, Taylor? How are you? At this rate, Stu's more likely to score, right? All righty. So after the first period, let's take a look. Let's take a look at some of the advanced stats here. The deserve to win-o-meter. The Oilers had no shots from the slot, no shots from the top of the blue paint. Their 2 best chances came from each circle. And if you look at Detroit, they had a few looks in tight. Expected goals in all situations, 1.01 to 0.28 in favor of the Red Wings. Yeah, that tracks. That tracks. Oh, look at that. Howard and Savoy playing 3 minutes each. Go figure, huh? Being an Oilers fan right now feels miserable. The team is playing miserable hockey. Yeah, Nuge 533. Bouchard led all players time on ice 735. Nurse second 715. Roslovic actually played more time on ice than Draisaitl. Draisaitl 609, Roslovic 627. That is very interesting. That's what I'm thinking. Noah Philp played 4 minutes and 19 seconds. I don't know, dude. We take a look at the stats. Shots are 7-3. I thought they were 8-3 for Detroit. Hits 9-8 Edmonton. Block shots. The Oilers had 12 block shots. The Oilers also had 10 giveaways. Great job, everybody. Just a great first period of action. Lucky to not be down a goal. Yeah, I know, Seslin. It's tough. McDavid's been struggling. McDavid has been struggling. I mean, struggling is an understatement. He's ice cold right now. We were saying that last year too, no clue. We were saying that last year about McDavid. Something seems off. And is something actually off, or have teams figured out how to defend him? I think it's a combination of both. Why is McDavid just falling down and looking at the referee? We're Canadian, we're polite, we even give the pucks away. Yeah, because last year there was a narrative that he might have been hurt, might have been banged up, maybe not 100%, but no excuse right now. Should I say the Oilers played good for period one? I did not think they played good at all. I thought Edmonton played very, very poorly. They're lucky to not be down right now. Plus, there's the ebbs and flows, right? All the greats have gone through their ups and downs. There are times where Crosby looked pretty mortal, looked like a human in his prime. Ovechkin, same thing. There are some years where sometimes the best players on the planet don't perform or produce like they're the best players on the planet. Some of that has to do with the player themselves. Some of that you have to give credit to the opponents. Never thought the goaltending would have been the reason we are in these early games, right? I think being worried about McDavid right now is a valid concern. I wouldn't get too worked up over it though. I don't think we need to overreact. I think he'll figure it out. He's a good player. He's a professional. He'll get it going. But obviously the play early this season has been disappointing. Yeah, that's true. No clue. The Oilers have a ton of cap space available next season. This year, a little bit tighter this season. Do I still? Oh, I love McDavid. I'm wearing his jersey today. I'm wearing the McDavid jersey. I'm trying to channel some positive McDavid energy here. They're talking about the Vancouver game, the intermission. Oh my God, yeah. You know a game is boring when you have the two most dynamic players in the NHL in Draisaitl and McDavid. These games should not be boring. And I'm not saying open it up and play running gun back and forth, trade chances over and over. That's not what I'm saying. But the Oilers, even their forecheck is boring. I think the Dark Stew, well, he's here to stay. Dark Stew is here to stay, folks. I think fans are just frustrated, Ceslin. I probably wouldn't. Even the fans that are bashing McDavid, they still love him. It's not. I wouldn't take it too seriously. There's just some frustration in oil country, and it's going to start to boil over here soon. We have PTSD from the 2-9-1 start 2 years ago when Jay Woodcroft was fired. And the way the team is playing right now reminds me of that. Although I would argue that 2-9-1 start, the team was going to turn it around whether Woodcroft got fired or not. Preseason was more fun than this. When I can't even shit talk Stu, something is wrong with the Oilers. Yeah, exactly. Wallman's not playing, but he's very close. Wallman will be back likely on Tuesday. Hey, what's going on, Andrew? Yeah, I think McDavid he'll be just fine. McDavid, he'll step up. What's going on, Gordon? How are you? Oh, he's on the Ducks now. I didn't realize that Woodcroft's on the Ducks. Look at that. Very interesting. What is this team trying to accomplish? They are playing not to lose rather than playing to win, and there is a big difference in when I say that. And when you play not to lose, it really limits creativity. It limits chances. It limits your scoring because you're choosing to be responsible defensively at all times. When I think there are times where you should be allowed to open it up and be creative. What's going on, Kyle? Just arrived. How was the first? Abysmal. The team is lucky to be to be tied right now. I prefer Skinner to be the best player because then that means you could. I trust the forward group to eventually get it going, so I would prefer Stu be the best player. Yeah, I agree, Ceslin. They need Hyman, Wallman, and Regula. Yep. I think Regula is a bigger loss than fans realize. Wallman as well. When we get Wallman back, that'll be huge. What? No, Stu's been good. KNG. Stu's been good. When's Hyman's return? Beginning of November. Probably first week of November. What's going on, Erica? Jays score prediction. I don't want to make a prediction for the Jays game because I don't want to jinx anything. That's one team that I just want to go out and see play some good baseball tonight. True. Yep. That is a good point about Bouchard. A lot of the offense is driven by Bouchard's ability to move the puck up the ice, get the puck to his teammates, and then also his shot. His shot creates rebounds. It creates chances in front, and we haven't seen that from Bouchard yet this season. That does pop into our heads sometimes, Corey. The team actually saw injuries to both of them last year towards the end of the season. They were both injured at the same time. Oh, no, I agree. I agree with that, Gold. I think the team should be able to score as well. Jay Woodcroft's style was much more aggressive, which allowed his best offensive players to just like go, right? And the Oilers gave up a lot of chances under Jay Woodcroft, but they created so much as well. The pace that they played under Jay Woodcroft was a lot higher. Under Kris Knoblauch, they just slow the game down. And I don't mind that sometimes, especially in playoff hockey, where you just do everything you can to make sure you try and win a game. In the regular season, I would like to see them open it up just a little bit. I think a lot of players have been invisible on this trip, Quady. Can this game get more boring? Let's find out. All right, I'm going to take a 5-minute break. Y'all are going to get Cher to hang out with and Kitty Kitty. I'll adjust the camera for Kitty Kitty so you can all see him. Where's my Be Right Back screen? Is it going to pop up? Oh, there it is. There's the animation. There we go. I'll be right back, folks. 5-minute break. Smash the like button if you have not yet hit the like button. 100 likes is the goal today. 100 likes. All right. We're back. We are back. First overall pick, here we come. Yeah, you know what? That's a big brain play to get Gavin McKenna to play with Connor McDavid next year. A 1 year retool. A 1 year retool, right? I agree. They definitely just a shot mentality would be nice. Oh, you're right. The Oilers don't have a first rounder this year. Never mind. Wait, is it lottery protected though? Because if they lottery protected it, then they would have their pick, right? Hey, what's going on, Dima? Good to see you again. All right, second period about to get underway here. Hey, what's going on, Adonis? How's the games going so far? Boring. It's boring. All right, second period is about to start. Noah Philp is going to take the face off. All right, here's the face off. Detroit's going to bring this puck into the Oilers zone as they look to immediately establish a forecheck. Puck is going to be sent around the boards, kept alive by the Red Wings forecheck. Behind the net, trying to center it out in front. Here's an opportunity. Backhander. Another shot off the side of the net. Van Riemsdyk was trying to put it in. Van Riemsdyk, good net front presence. Puck behind the Oilers' goal once again, and the Red Wings getting the cycle started. Centering attempt deflects wide. Rasmussen. Ty Emberson just fell for no reason. Puck comes to Noah Philp, who played up the middle of the ice to Savoy. Matthew Savoy sends the puck in deep. Here's Kapanen. Tries to throw a hit, and he goes down hard as he just crashed himself into the boards. I don't know what he was doing there. Oh, my goodness. Here comes Connor McDavid now with some speed. Left side to Ekholm. Plays it into an area. Picked up by Mangiapane. Mangiapane for the Oilers. He'll play it back to the blue line to Ekholm. Ekholm sends it down low to Draisaitl. Draisaitl on his backhand. Draisaitl. He shoves a player away from him. Puck bounces in front. Here's a shot towards the goal, and that's stopped by Gibson. And Detroit also coached by former Oilers head coach Todd McLellan. Did I miss anything from the first period? Absolutely not. You know how you said the game yesterday was so boring and put you to sleep? I would argue this game is even more boring than the one from yesterday. I didn't mind Todd McLellan, but there was a lot that I didn't like about Todd McClellan's coaching. He wears off his welcome after like 2 or 3 years. Here's Matthias Ekholm for Edmonton. Through the middle of the ice. That's going to be stolen. Here's Bud Colden now for the Oilers. Loses it. Detroit skates it up the middle. Sent down. And that's going to be icing on the Red Wings with 18:04 to play. Yeah, I'm not surprised Kapanen hurt himself. He went to throw a check, and he just crashed into the boards for no reason. Oh my God, Kapanen. Oh my God. Offensive zone face-off. Nugent Hopkins loses it. It's going to be skated out by the Red Wings. A little flip into the Oilers zone. Detroit trying to get a change. Puck comes to the far blue line. Into the middle. Slot area. Shot goes high and wide. On the forecheck are the Red Wings. Here's a shot. Bounces towards Stuart Skinner. Easy save. Puck In the far corner now, Red Wings continuing to work the forecheck. The Oilers will just send it down the ice, and that's going to be not icing. I thought that was going to be icing, but no. Detroit will send it into the Oilers zone, and that will be icing. So don't sell your bird. Don't sell your bird for the Oilers. That's not worth it at all. Why don't they play Savoy more? Ask Knoblauch. Ask Knoblauch why he hates playing his kids. Adam Henrique out there with Trent Frederic and Isaac Howard. Here's Kulak into the middle, deflected by Frederic on net, or just wide of the net, I should say. Puck comes to Henrique. Here's a one-timer by Howard. That goes off of a leg, and Detroit will send it down the ice. Here's Appleton against Kulak. Kulak gets his arm tied up around Appleton. Puck in the corner. In the Oilers zone, behind their net. Appleton with Kulak, trying to grab it. Trent Frederic supporting. Puck comes to Emberson. He can't grab it, and it'll be played to the blue line. Here's Johansson. It'll be played to Appleton with a centering pass off the outside of the net. And Adam Henrique defensively plays it up the middle, and that's brought right back in by the Red Wings. Here's a play. Centering attempt by the Red Wings. Here comes Ike Howard now. Howard towards the goal, and that's going to be stopped by Gibson, and he'll just hang on to that. Easy save. Seem like stats from a soccer team, right? No, he hasn't. Trent Frederic hasn't played his style at all. Which is strange because I watched Trent Frederic's entire career in Boston, and yeah, he is just not the same player in Edmonton as he was in Boston, the way they have him playing. Here's Draisaitl for the Oilers. Off the faceoff, wins it back to Ekholm, leaves it for McDavid, across to Bouchard. Evan Bouchard now, down into the corner. Mangiapane trying to center it out in front. It's going to be picked up by Larkin. Larkin will play it up the boards. Oilers keep it alive for a moment. And Raymond through the middle of the ice. Sherratt loses it. Draisaitl trying to find Mangiapane up the middle, and that's stolen. Bad giveaway by Draisaitl. Here's a shot from Larkin. That goes high and over the net. Here's Raymond. Finney to Sider. Moritz Sider towards the goal off of a skate and wide. Back home to McDavid. Evan Bouchard now. Bouchard across the ice. Draisaitl plays it in deep. Draisaitl cuts off the pass by the Red Wings, but he tries to play it back to Nurse, and that's stolen by the Red Wings again. It's these giveaways, man. Yeah, the Red Wings had a lot of shot attempts, and the Oilers were forced to block a lot of shots that period. It is pretty high for one period, I would say. Here's Gibson behind his net. The high flip to center now, picked up by Darnell Nurse. Nurse will play it off the boards. Here comes Savoy. Savoy into the middle, trying to find Philp. Looks like Savoy's been elevated with Philp and Podkolzin now. With the potential injury to Kapanen, puck is going to be sent in deep. Detroit hanging on to it. Bit of a breakout here through the neutral zone. Here's Edmondson. They'll get it in deep. Casper chases after it against Nurse. Emberson to Philp. Philp to Stetcher. Through the neutral zone. Darnell Nurse shoots it in deep. A lot of dumping and chasing for the Oilers. Here's Matthew Savoy. Puck off of his skate. Can't maintain possession, but Podkolzin goes to work on the forecheck. Hard around the boards to the blue line. Emerson to Podkolzin towards the net, and that stopped. Here's a rebound and a good save by Gibson. Emerson stepped up, got a good shot off, and now here come the Red Wings. 2-on-1. Van Riemsdyk trying to center it. Good defensive play by Kulak, not allowing any shot there for the Red Wings. Nugent Hopkins for the Oilers, trying to get it up to Roslovic. Kulak to Emberson, into the middle. Here's Nugent Hopkins, dumps it in for Trent Frederic. Frederic for the Oilers to Roslovic. Roslovic trying to play it in deep, and that's going to be picked off by Rasmussen. And the Red Wings, they'll send it into the Oilers zone. Picked up by Bouchard. Bouchard with a flip into the neutral zone, almost stolen by the Red Wings. Bouchard just not making sure he gets a pass there. Here's Larkin to Finney. Larkin behind the Oilers' goal. Good defensive play by Bouchard to take his man off the puck. And here's Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl up the middle, off the skates of Bouchard. He's got Roslovic in front, tried to center it. Stolen by the Red Wings. Finney trying to play it up to Larkin. Larkin behind the Oilers' net. Oh, and here's a play in front, backhand. Can't quite come up with it. Puck is going to be sent down the ice, and Mangiapane's going to chase after it now against Sherratt. Mangiapane against Sherratt. Sherratt plays it around the corner. Oilers can't keep it alive. Here come the Red Wings again. Here's DeBrincat with a shot, and that goes high and out of play with 12:46 to go. Yeah, this, even my Red Bull is not is not keeping me awake right now. This is not so good hockey at the moment. I give off girl dad vibes. What does that mean? Lots of open ice, but lazy, slow passes. Yep. It's rough, man. You'd think it was still preseason. This is usually the type of hockey you see in preseason where it's just hard to watch. This is not a fun game to watch at all. What? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. You don't sound like an idiot. I was just curious what that means. Like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I guess is what I should be asking. Nurse needs to goon someone. Excuse me? Phrasing? Pause? What do you think about the comparison, by the way, this early season and last two seasons in the beginning? I thought the Oilers had more energy last year. I thought they were playing better last year. They weren't quite getting the results. And last year, my biggest problem with the Oilers when they started the season 0-3 was the lack of emotion. And it wasn't until they started playing with more emotion, they started hitting a little bit more, and the fights. If you remember, there was a time where I think 4 or 5 games in a row, the Oilers had a fight, and they ended up winning the game. And a lot of us were making jokes that, oh, as long as they fight, they'll win. There's been no emotion in this team early this season. They need more emotion. I know, Bog. I know. I was just kidding. The way people use the word goon nowadays. Oh, and here's a shot that goes off the post behind Stuart Skinner. Icing by Detroit. Do I think the roster is better than the last 2 years? I think there's more question marks, especially, Savoy unproven at the NHL level, Isaac Howard unproven. I think on paper, the team should be just as good. But it's taken a while for some guys to get going. And their top players have been abysmal. Noah Philp off the offensive zone faceoff. Oilers win it. Kept alive momentarily by Kulak. Noah Philp sends the puck around the boards to Roslovic. Roslovic to Emberson. Emberson to Noah Philp. Noah Philp for the Oilers. He's going to get checked. Keeps the play alive for a moment. But the Red Wings, they're going to skate it out of trouble here. Puck sent behind the Oilers' goal. We are almost halfway through this hockey game, and the Oilers have a total of 6 shots on goal. They are on pace for about 13 or 14 shots on net the whole game, folks. This is some Decade of Darkness level energy right now. Larkin. Detroit sends it in deep. Brett Kulak for the Oilers. Kulak holds on to it. Around the boards, out of the reach of Emerson. What is that? And here's a play into the middle for Raymond. And the Red Wings just keep it alive. Easy bring in by Sider. Here's a shot on Stuart Skinner. Forced to make a save. It's just these lazy passes, man, to nobody. Oh, boy. All right, offensive zone draw here for the Detroit Red Wings. Need Puljujärvi and Yamamoto. Oh, no. McDavid, defensive zone draw, takes it, wins it back. Here's Matthias Ekholm up the boards. Sent in deep, the Red Wing zone, and that's icing. So 11-14 to play here in the second period. Oilers with an unforced icing as the top line remains out there, well, forced to stay out there for this face-off. Here's Larkin off the draw. Detroit wins it. Comes to the point. Into the middle. Here's Larkin. Oh, my God. What a shot by Dylan Larkin. Jesus Christ. That is quite the shot by Dylan Larkin. Quite the snipe, you could say. Detroit wins the faceoff off of an unforced icing. Nice pass to the slot to Larkin, and that's the shot mentality that Oilers fans want their team to have that they just don't have. Oh, my God. 1-0 Detroit here. Here's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Trying to play it through the middle of the ice, stolen by the Red Wings once again because the Oilers just refuse to make a clean outlet pass for some reason. Puck sent towards Stuart Skinner, Stu, to Darnell Nurse. Along the half wall, across the ice. Here's Roslovic for the Oilers, and Roslovic's tripped up behind the net. Nugent-Hopkins can't grab it, and Roslovic was tripped up. Oilers are going to get a power play here. So here's the power play. Have a chance to tie this thing up. Let's see if the big PP can get going here. Matthew Savoy is on power play unit 1 here. Maybe Savoy is the answer here. That was Kopp. Is that number 18? What number is Kopp? 18 or 16? Shorthanded goal would be funny at this point. That would be outrageous. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Not again. The Oilers have given up a shorthanded goal in 2 straight games. Let's not have that happen. We're 20 seconds into the power play. The Oilers have entered the Red Wing zone. Puck towards the goal in front. McDavid can't get a clean shot off. Nugent-Hopkins plays it back to Bouchard. Bouchard with a shot, and that goes off of a leg and wide of the net. Here's Evan Bouchard now. Evan Bouchard surveys the ice, finds Nugent-Hopkins. Back to Bouchard. Bouchard to Connor McDavid. Right circle. McDavid down low to Draisaitl. Here's McDavid across to Bouchard. That's a stop for Gibson. Bouchard to McDavid. McDavid to Draisaitl with another one-timer. And that might have hit the outside of the net. I'm not quite sure if Gibson got a save on that or not. And Edmondson defends the blue line. Oilers can't get it in. Don't forget the victory chain of the Oilers. Well, yeah. Here's Bouchard. He'll play it across to Draisaitl. 28 seconds left on the power play. Bouchard to McDavid. Connor McDavid waits, gives it to Bouchard. Draisaitl to Bouchard with a one-timer, and that's stopped by Gibson. Here's McDavid to Roslovic. Back to Bouchard to McDavid. He's going to walk in. He shoots. That's blocked in front by his own man, I think, and Detroit will send that down the ice. The Oilers with a couple of looks, but nothing going on the power play. Here comes Henrique now. He'll play that to Frederick, and a bad giveaway by Frederick. And Detroit on transition. Here come the Red Wings, 3-on-2. Puck into the middle, behind the Oilers' net. Here's Finney trying to find Larkin. Here's a shot towards the goal. Rebound in front, and they score. Is that Finney? Is that his first NHL goal? First NHL goal for Evan Finney. 2-0 Detroit. The Oilers had a power play opportunity to tie it. The top unit cannot get it done. And then Finney with his first NHL goal. So, good for Finney. But, yeah, just unforced giveaway by Trent Frederick in the offensive zone before this goal, by the way. Finney gets the rebound. Ekholm and Nurse just standing there watching. Good for... Hey, I love seeing players score their first NHL goal ever, but I don't like seeing it at the expense of the Oilers right now. Happy for Finney, though. As a hockey fan, I'm happy for Finney. All right, puck is coming around the boards here. Emerson to Mangiapane, back to Emerson, shot towards the net. That goes wide. And Brett Kulak for the Oilers finds Podkolzin. Podkolzin to Brett Kulak. Kulak to Podkolzin. Podkolzin trying to get a shot off here towards the goal, deflected in front, and they score. All right, Noah Philp. Noah Philp gets the Oilers on the board. But no way, that's bad. That means Noah Philp's going to get benched now. They're going to take him out of the lineup. No, not Noah Philp. Why would you do that? All right, so Noah Philp, his second goal of the season, gets the Oilers within 1 with 7:34 to play. Nice shot by Podkolzin. What a deflection by Noah Philp. Wow. Great redirect. Nice job by Podkolzin to protect that puck. Waits for traffic in front. He gets the shot off from distance, and there's nothing Gibson could do on that. Great goal from Noah Philp. Yeah, who was it that said if Noah Philp scores, they're buying his jersey? Who said that? So Noah Philp with his second goal of the season, and watch out, folks. Noah Philp is about to get healthy scratch for another 3 consecutive games for putting that puck in the net. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that. Well, the Oilers at least have a response. They didn't just roll over. Here's Darnell Nurse now. He'll play it up just out of the reach of Howard. Here's Howard now. He gets bumped off the puck. Red Wings trying to move it forward. Savoy can't keep it in. Here's Adam Henrique now for Edmonton. Puck dumped behind the Red Wings goal. Here's Sandin Pellikka. What a name. Sandin Pellikka, hey? Do you know Tomaszek is second in the NHL in scoring chances on the power play? And he's benched. Here's Leon Draisaitl trying to play it across to Mangiapane out of his reach. Draisaitl back to the blue line. Puck comes into the middle of the ice. That's going to be picked up by Finney. Finney skates it through the middle of the ice. Stolen. Good stick by the Oilers defense. Draisaitl fell there. I don't know what happened. McDavid will bring it in. And now Mangiapane falls. McDavid trying to center it to Draisaitl. And that's going to be flipped into the neutral zone. And it's going to get picked up by Finney. He's got to step on Ekholm. Finney walks in and he crashes into Stuart Skinner. And Ekholm is not happy about that. Finney and Ekholm going at it behind the play. Here comes Draisaitl for the Oilers. Here's Bouchard now to McDavid. McDavid in the offensive zone, left circle with a shot towards the net. That's stopped by Gibson. And someone fell on top of Gibson there. Might have been Rozovic, and he's getting a talking to. Oh, boy. Oh, what's going on here? This game suddenly went from 0 to 100, and Stuart Skinner's shaking his head. I hope he's okay. Finney goes hard into the net, and then Ekholm's not happy about that. I would have liked a better response there. Reminds me of the lack of response from the Leafs last night when Stolarz got ran. Hey, what's going on, Nita? How are you? You could hear the crowd. Hey, I appreciate that, Nita. Thank you. I'm feeling, I have more energy today. So when am I going to crash out on stream? I don't know, man. I think Stu's going to be okay. Finney ran him. Ekholm shoved him into the net. Told him don't do that again and then skated away. So Noah Philp has the goal for Edmonton. No, keep cheering. We cheer through thick and thin, through the good times and bad times. I once watched this team miss the playoffs 10 years in a row. I watched them be bottom feeders for like 7 of those 10 years. 8 of those, about 7 of those 10 years, they were complete bottom feeders. The Dark Ages. You play the Habs. Sabres play the Habs tomorrow. Is that what I'm reading? Can't believe Philp is going to get scratched for Janmark. Okay, well, we missed about 10 seconds of gameplay because Sportsnet was showing a nothing replay. Here's Nugent Hopkins through the neutral zone. 3-on-2 with Podkolzin. Podkolzin trying to send it up to Roslovic. Roslovic comes up with the puck. He plays it to the point. Here's Brett Kulak with a shot. He puts it into a corner. Nobody for the Oilers can grab it. Podkolzin cycles it back around. Here's Roslovic to the blue line to Kulak. Here's a shot towards the net. Doesn't quite make it. Roslovic down low. Into the far corner for Edmonton. To the blue line for Emberson. Emberson to Podkolzin. Here's Savoy with a shot and a good save by Gibson. Good shot from Savoy. Start benching the Stars. Well, it's the Stars that have not been showing up. Yesterday, you had 2 goals from Nuge, 2 goals from Nuge and then a goal from Lazar. It's Stu Skinner in net for Edmonton today and Gibson for Detroit. There's a puck up the middle of the ice. That's going to be stopped by Stuart Skinner. Behind his net. Plays it around the boards, out of the reach of Philp. Stetcher trying to come up with it. Nurses hit into the corner. And here's Adam Henrique now up the middle of the ice. Savoy to Noah Philp. Here comes Noah Philp, who has a goal for Edmonton. Tries to cut into the middle. That's stopped. Puck across the ice to Stetcher. Stetcher trying to shoot it, and he fans on it. Puck will go behind the Red Wings net, and there's life once again. This bottom 6 for Edmonton. Bottom 6 for Edmonton has the most life on the team. Stetcher with a one-timer, and that's blocked in front. Savoy protects the puck. He plays it in deep into the corner, out of the reach of Henrique, and the Oilers are making a change, so that puck comes out. Ekholm holds the puck in his own end, waiting for some reinforcements. Hairline reveal. Does McDavid deserve to be on the 4th line? No, I don't think so. Here's Draisaitl. He plays it across the ice to Evan Bouchard. Bouchard. He'll spin away from a check, gives it to Leon Draisaitl. Down low to Connor McDavid. McDavid steps in front, and he's checked by 2 Red Wings. Bad. Just unforced errors by the Oilers' top players right now. Connor McDavid to Bouchard. Bouchard will give the puck to Ekholm. Ekholm up the left side. It's deflected in deep. McDavid will chase after it. Gibson around the glass, and Draisaitl, I'm not sure what Draisaitl was doing there. Here comes Dylan Larkin for the Red Wings. Larkin, he'll spin away from Trent Frederick. Frederick towards the goal, and It's 3-1 Detroit. I don't know how that went in. Oh, boy. So Draisaitl tried to stop the puck. It goes off the stanchion. Look at the body language on Leon. Look at the body language. Oh, I'm going to pout because I didn't get the puck. And then Detroit comes in, and that's kind of a weird one. Did that deflect in front, or did Stuart Skinner just not know? Stu just didn't know where the puck was. Alrighty, 3-1 Red Wings. Once again, the Oilers' top line, absolutely abysmal. Leon Draisaitl pouting because he's trying to stop the puck. It bounces away from him, and then he gets upset, and then he gets mad and goes for a change. Like, good job, buddy. Great job. Way to just stick with it there. Here's Edmondson. He'll play that down low. Detroit. Here's a shot by Comfer. Easy save for Stuart Skinner. Hey, what's going on, Johnny? How are you? I'd bench Draisaitl. 100% I'd bench Draisaitl after that. That's horrible. That you can't have that kind of body language when you don't get the puck. Here's a steal in the neutral zone. Turnover by Rozovic. Brought in by the Red Wings. Shot towards the goal. Goes wide. Detroit getting in on the forecheck once again. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. Knoblauch, he won't bench Draisaitl, but because Noah Philp scored today, he'll definitely bench him. Here's Bernard Docker. He finds DeBrincat. He's tied up by Nugent Hopkins. Casper for the Red Wings plays it down low. Emberson trying to get it up. He's going to get checked here. Here's Casper for the Red Wings against Nugent Hopkins. Here's Bud Colton now. He'll try and chip and chase. Bernard Docker plays it up the boards. And the Oilers, again, another sketchy change for the Oilers are going to get dinged for too many men here soon. That's about 3 line changes where it looks like they are just not doing a good job. And Darnell Nurse misplays the puck now. He has to reset. He gives it to Troy Stetcher. Stetcher with a good play to get it back to Nurse. Nurse looking for an outlet. And that's just sent down the ice by Darnell Nurse. That's just an unforced icing because Darnell Nurse doesn't know how to pass the puck, apparently. I don't understand Darnell Nurse, man. Hey, what's going on? Everything interesting? How are you? My team can't score lately, Austin. I feel your pain, Deadly Flames. I feel your pain. The good news is you guys might get Gavin McKenna out of a poor season. The Oilers, well, they'll get nothing out of it. Kitty. Here's Noah Philp, defensive zone faceoff after the unforced icing by Darnell Nurse. Nurse will try and play it off the boards, and once again, it gets by everyone. That's going to be another icing, and you're playing with fire here. You're playing with fire. No, cup contender, like, it doesn't matter what month it is. It doesn't matter what game it is. There's no reason for this. No reason for this type of play from this team. Detroit off of the second consecutive icing. They keep the play alive for a moment. Adam Henrique will chase after in the neutral zone. And now Detroit sends it in deep. Not icing on Detroit this time, though. Here's Stetcher up the right boards to Matt Savoy. He'll play it back to Stetcher. That goes over his stick. And Darnell Nurse trying to play it back to Stetcher. Nurse is going to get pressured by a couple of Red Wings, and he can't make a play. Darnell Nurse, I am getting tired of Darnell Nurse right now. This is a guy that is starting to piss me off a little bit. It's bad enough that we have our Ekholm struggling and Bouchard struggling, and the fact Nurse is also struggling. Like, this is just not good. Cringe. The Oilers have 10 shots on goal in a game that they do not even remotely deserve to be close in right now. What's going on, Omega Fish? Greetings from Utah. I'm a Mammoth fan. Hey, that's exciting. That's exciting. Who's your favorite player on Utah? Mine is Dylan Guenther. I love Guenther. Yeah, Noah Philp is good. Noah Philp is it's one of the only good ones right now. If we take a look, expected goals in all situations, 1.9 to 1.18. So the Oilers obviously had a better period, but, wasn't exactly a stellar period. The Oilers also had a power play that they did absolutely nothing on. Is there an issue with the Oilers that we don't know? I'm going to refrain from saying what I was going to say. Also, we hit 100 likes on the live stream. Thank you so much. If you are enjoying your stay, whether you're an Oilers fan or not, if you're here to hate watch or if you're here to just watch me, react to things, I do daily content, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel as well. Noah Philp, by the way. Noah Philp has only played 7:33 in this game, and he has the lone goal for Edmonton. Kapanen only 5:43, but that's because he's injured now. Kapanen injured himself at the start of the second period. He tried to throw a hit. But only Isaac Howard has played less than Noah Philp. Crazy. And here's the big dogs. McDavid, 14:42. Bouchard, 14:31. Draisaitl, 13:35. Here's McDavid, -2. Frederick, -2. Draisaitl, -1. Look at Ekholm. Look at Ekholm, folks. Ekholm and Bouchard. Darnell Nurse. The three defensemen that I just talked about before the period ended. Ekholm had two good games. I find Ekholm has struggled just as much as Bouchard and Darnell Nurse have this season. It is a team-wide issue right now. Stu, two of the goals, nothing he could do. That third goal against, kind of a backbreaker, but this game is not on Stu because the team stinks. The team has 11 shots on goal in 2 periods. Oops. Look at the scoring chances. High danger chances, 10-6 for Detroit, 19-11 in all situations. Expected goals, 1.98 to 1.01. This game's not on Stu. Detroit has dominated. They have controlled play the whole game. It's not a good game from Edmonton right now. It's not a good game. Trying to keep my cool here. Favorite players, Dylan Guenther, Clayton Keller, JJ Peterka, been good for Utah too. There you go. Very nice. I forgot Peterka's in Utah now. That's exciting. Utah's got a good young team. Good young team. That's a team to watch out for. Noah Philp is goated. Noah Philp is one of the only Philp and Podkolzin are your two players that have done anything tonight for Edmonton, and they're getting no ice time. Podkolzin, 10:55. Noah Philp, 8:51. And it's very obvious Kris Knoblauch is starting to lose trust in Trent Frederick. He's only played 7:50 after 2 periods. Yeah, no, there's nothing on Stu. And I'm one of the biggest Stu haters, and this game is not on Stu. The third goal on Stu was bad. The first two, the team in front of him stinks. But Larkin has 2 goals. Emmett Finney, what a name. His first NHL goal. Get Frederick out. Well, he has a full no-move clause for the next 4 years. He signed an 8-year contract. Buying that Philp jersey, though. Let's do it. Noah Philp for Edmonton. He gets the goal. Shots on goal, 17-11 after 2. Hit 16-15 in favor of Detroit. Block shot, 16-7. Giveaways. I wish I could show Draisaitl's body language. By the way, before this goal from Larkin, I wish they would show it. So the puck You know what? I'm going to... All right, watch Draisaitl. I want everyone to watch Leon Draisaitl here. Watch his body language before Detroit scored their third goal. Watch Draisaitl. Watch what happens here. Puck played around. Now, Draisaitl reads that Gibson's putting this off the glass, so he puts himself in a position to block this pass, right? Watch this. Now, he puts his arms up because he's just trying to just knock the puck down, right? Now, the puck bounces in front of him. Watch his body language. Look at him throw the head up in the air. Look at him. Oh, I didn't get the puck. And instead of getting back on the back check, he goes right to the bench for a change with Detroit on transition. He talked about wanting to win a Selke this year, and then he pouts and then goes for a change with Detroit on transition. Look at this. Detroit has 5 players coming up the ice. That's a horrible spot to put Ike Howard, man. Howard's forced to just jump onto the ice, and then the shot beats Stu. Probably shouldn't beat Stu. That's horrible. It's brutal, man. I don't mean to freak out like this, but that's unacceptable. That's an unacceptable play by Leon Draisaitl. There's absolutely no excuse for that. Hey, welcome to the locker room, Lucas. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You get a little dancing avocado. We love the dancing avocado on the screen when you become a member. What happened to Leon Draisaitl? I know Draisaitl's going to figure it out. He always does. But what we're seeing from Leon, the last 2 years, Leon really stepped up. His attitude was a lot better. He played a lot better. His two-way play was a lot better. We're starting to see a bit of regression here from Leon, and it's early in the season. But those are the types of pouting plays that Leon used to do. A little bit more often. Yeah, I appreciate that, Lucas. Thank you. You're the best. Best fans on the planet. Enjoying the stream since I don't have a local stream. Hey, no worries, Collector. Glad you're enjoying. Detroit deserves to be up right now. Congrats to what is his name? Emmett Finney. What a name. Congrats to Emmett Finney on his first NHL goal. I'm not being sarcastic. I love when players get their first ever NHL goal. I think it's exciting. He's played very well today with Dylan Larkin as well. Also, imagine that, by the way. Imagine playing a young, skilled player, a rookie, next to a veteran superstar like Dylan Larkin. You think the Oilers could do that with Savoy? You think Savoy could maybe play with McDavid or Draisaitl? No, we'll put Matthew Savoy on the fourth line with Adam Henrique. That's going to get him going. That's how you put a player of Matthew Savoy's potential in a position to succeed. Like what? I never thought I'd see a day where a coach like Todd McClellan is putting a player like Emmett Finney in a better position to succeed than what the Oilers are doing with Matthew Savoy and their young players. Seventh round, Emmett Finney. What a beauty. What's going on, Ogre? Good to see you. I'm not a hater. I'm just frustrated. Not a hater, but frustrated. Bruins versus Mammoths today might be a good game. Well, Boston's my second favorite team, so I can't say I'm cheering for Utah, but good luck to Utah tonight. Vinny was drafted 3 years ago. Savoy was drafted, 4 years ago? I love Draisaitl. He's my favorite player. He will be my favorite player always. But he's having a stinky game right now. Stinky effort. Stinky attitude. I mean, he'll fix this, right? No, I think they should actually bench Noah Philp again. I think they should healthy scratch Noah Philp for another 3 or 4 games. I think that will be what turns the team around. Maybe I will marry him. You don't know. 2022. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, why would Noah Philp do this? Why would Noah Philp do this? It's all Noah Philp's fault. It's all David Tomaszek's fault. David Tomaszek, in his limited 5-on-5 ice time, leads all Edmonton forwards in expected goals for percentage. He's second in the NHL in scoring chances on the power play. And he's the one that gets scratched today. I don't get it. Yeah, give Trent Frederick a few more years. Yeah, I don't think 8 years is enough for Trent Frederick. I think they should give him another 8 years on top of the 8 they've already given him. All right, folks, I'm going to take a 5-minute break before I actually lose my mind here. We'll see it. We'll see you in about 5 minutes. All right, I'll be right back. Y'all are gonna get the be right back cam. Unfortunately, there's no kitty on the cat tree, but I will leave the camera on just in case he shows up. I'll be back. All right. Do the boys lock in here? The boys lock in. Is it crash out time? I don't know yet. I was happy for Finney, got his first goal. Love that. Did I see the meme that you sent me? I don't know. When did you send it? Is it the missing Oilers offense one? Was that the meme? Oh my God. We are not talking about bringing Josh Brown up. We are not having that conversation right now. We are not doing that. I agree, Slot. I agree. In years past, this team would be generating a lot of scoring chances, but they are anemic right now. Absolutely anemic. All right. Third period underway. Let's see if the Oilers can get an early one, get themselves back in it. Well, the puck goes into the Detroit bench. 6 seconds in, there's a whistle. Can I pinky promise you that we will never hate on Draisaitl? Of course. Full pinky promise. We will never actually hate him. Showing frustration is allowed. Being frustrated at his play is allowed, but hate? Nah. We ain't hating on Dry. He does so much for the team. Yeah, I saw Vancouver beat Washington. Barely hung on, but they did suffer a couple injuries. Here's Connor McDavid. He'll bring it in. Drops it back to Ekholm, and it's just... Ekholm, Bouchard, Nurse, McDavid, Draisaitl. They have to lock in, man. This is brutal. Here's Leon Draisaitl. He'll try and skate it through the neutral zone. He tries to skate through 4 Red Wings players, and Detroit back on transition. They'll bring it in the Oilers zone. It's just selfish, man. Here's a shot by Edmondson, and that goes high and out of play. Holy. Nice to meet you, Austin. Have a great game and stream. Hey, I appreciate that, Omega Fish. Enjoy the game tonight against the Bruins. Hi, Kitty. Kitty knows I'm starting to lose it a little bit. Hi, bud. Come here. Off the face-off to Brinkett towards the goal, and that's going to be easily stopped by Stuart Skinner. Hey, bud. Where are you going? Where are you going? Hey? You going to lay down? Hey? What's up, bud? Casper off the faceoff to bring it to the point. Shot towards Stu, and another easy save for Stuart Skinner. Absolute meltdown by the Flames. Yeah, that's a tough one, hey? It's never fun watching your team get blown out like that, especially to a division rival. Yes, Kitty Kitty is a shiny light. Detroit, another face-off win in the offensive zone. The Oilers doing a poor job on face-offs. Here's DeBrincat. He's going to walk in with another shot, and that's stopped by Stuart Skinner. And Detroit is just putting the pressure on here, not allowing the Oilers anything in the first minute and 10 seconds. $18.50 to play here in the third. Another offensive zone draw. Nugent Hopkins is going to try and win this one for the Oilers. He does win it. Puck into the neutral zone. Johansson shovels it in for Detroit. Puck through the middle of the ice. Mangiapane off of his stick. Here's Ty Emberson for the Oilers. Into the middle for Nugent Hopkins. Behind the Detroit defense. Oilers trying to come up with it now on the forecheck. Detroit, though, doing a good job keeping the Oilers to the outside. Roslovic towards the goal. Mangiapane being shoved around. I don't know what was going on there. Wanted a penalty. Mangiapane continues to fight for it. Gives it to Nugent Hopkins, and that goes over his stick. Shot towards Gibson, and easy save for John Gibson. Oh, and here's Mangiapane getting into it. Mangiapane throwing some punches against Johansson. Johansson and Mangiapane, they are not fans of each other right now. One time I think that it looks like they are slowly getting better is the Blackhawks. Yeah. All right, we're going to end the poll. And 68% of you say the Oilers will not lock in. Let's see if the team can prove 68% of you wrong. The Noah Philp line out. Philp, Howard, and Savoy are on a line together. I like the look of this line, personally. Puck is going to be brought into the Oilers zone. So you have Philp, Savoy, and Howard. I like this kid line. Did the team ban hitting they only hit in the playoffs. Apparently they only think playoff games matter, but they forget that you have to actually make the playoffs first to do that. Here's a play in front and centered by Savoy, just out of the reach of Philp. Puck sent into the neutral zone. Detroit trying to come up with possession here. Kopp off of his stick. Savoy plays it back to Stetcher. Yeah, no kidding, Mark, eh? Here's Bouchard. He'll play it up the left boards. Puck through the middle off of McDavid's skates, and here comes Larkin. Larkin walks in with a shot, and that hits the post. Dylan Larkin almost scored off of another turnover by Connor McDavid. The Oilers' top line getting absolutely eaten alive right now. Eaten alive. Their lunch money is being taken from them by the Larkin line. This is embarrassing, man. Here's McDavid now. He'll play it in deep. Evan Bouchard on the forecheck around the boards to Draisaitl. That goes off of his stick. He loses it. Podkolzin will pick it up. Leon Draisaitl for the Oilers. Centers it out in front. Back to Bouchard with a one-timer, and that's stopped by John Gibson. Easy save for Gibson. My goodness. So there was an outlet pass to McDavid. It went off of his foot, and then Larkin came in on transition, and he wrists it. It beats Stuart Skinner, but not the post. Someone threw their hat on the ice thinking that the puck had beaten Stu. Brutal. So someone no longer has a hat. It's so funny. Yeah, they thought it went in. Puck beat Stu, but not the post. Off the face-off. Won by the Detroit Red Wings. Puck will be sent down the ice. Here's Ekholm now. He'll skate it in front of his net. Ekholm's out there with Nurse as a D pair. Interesting. Draisaitl to McDavid. McDavid spins away from a check in the middle to Darnell Nurse with a shot, and that's another easy save for John Gibson. I don't think he was benched like in the traditional sense. I do find it interesting that Nurse is with Ekholm now, because Bouchard did have a good shift the previous shift there. He had a good shot on net, but 16:02 to play in the third period. Oilers looking to get at least one early. They need one before the 10-minute mark. Try and give yourselves a chance. I agree, Saint. The October Oilers. Several years in a row now this has happened, and it should not be happening. Larkin sends it up the boards past Darnell Nurse. Into the neutral zone area. McDavid can't come up with it. And pass to Draisaitl was over his skate. And Detroit, again, another unforced icing. And Detroit's going to get an offensive zone faceoff. No you, Ogre. No you. Here's Sider with a shot. That goes wide of the goal. Ekholm plays it around the corner. Podkol's and into the middle of the ice. Leon Draisaitl trying to pick it up. Puck bouncing around. Here's Leon Draisaitl now. Stops up to the point. Emberson brings it into the corner. Emberson plays it back to the point to Kulak. He'll find Ike Howard. Back to Kulak. Kulak puts it into a corner, and Gibson's just going to hang on to that. I don't understand what that play was from Kulak. I don't understand. It's the fact that this happens every year, Johnny, that I think fans are frustrated. Like, why? Like, why does this happen every year? Why is the team struggling out of the gate every single year? Trade for Tanner Jeannot? Oh, my God, absolutely not. What a stupid deal that Boston gave Tanner Jeannot. Almost as stupid as the Trent Frederick contract, if I'm going to be honest. Almost. Actually, the Jeannot contract is way worse. What am I saying? Puck sent in deep. Ike Howard plays it behind the goal to Adam Henrique. Adam Henrique for the Oilers. Emberson towards the goal. Doesn't quite make it. Now Detroit through the neutral zone. They'll just send it deep into the Oilers zone. No. Did you know the only defenseman who has more points per game in the playoffs in their career is Bobby Orr? It's Bobby Orr and Evan Bouchard. Those are the two defensemen with the most points per game ever, like of all time. That right there, and I know points aren't everything, makes Evan Bouchard worth his contract because he shows up when the games matter. For the most part. Yeah, that was a weird one. I don't know I don't know why Boston. But I mean, Boston. I think Boston is purposely tanking for McKenna. Honestly. Stevie Y building his dream team so far, looking good. I mean, Steve Yzerman. How many years has he been with Detroit, building this team? They haven't made the playoffs under his tenure yet. But there are a lot of good pieces now in Detroit. The long-term vision might be happening. Might be coming to fruition. Oh my God, what a giveaway. Darnell Nurse has to make a great defensive play there. What on earth was that? Here's a shot by Bernard Docker. Doesn't make it to the goal, and the Oilers are going to have a 3-on-2. Here comes Mangiapane. He'll give it to Jack Roslovic. Puck in his feet. Roslovic spins away from a check. Roslovic shot towards the goal. That's blocked in front. Puck comes to the blue line. Darnell Nurse just gives it away. Darnell Nurse with I want to know how many giveaways Nurse has, man. This is just horrific to watch. Evan Bouchard trying to find Philp up the middle, and that was over his stick. Noah Philp trying to play it back, and the Red Wings will skate it forward. Here's Comfer now with a little flip into the Oilers zone. Puck bouncing around. Noah Philp loses it to Comfer, to the blue line. Here's Berggren to Sider, to Sherratt. Sherratt towards the goal, goes wide. Berggren to Sider, back to Sherratt. Sherratt towards the Oilers' goal, doesn't make it. Here's Comfer trying to come up with it. Here's Ike Howard now, plays it to Matthew Savoy. Savoy spins away from a check. Here's Emberson. He'll play it across to Bouchard. To Emberson. Ty Emberson waiting for a change here. Oilers looking for reinforcements. Here's Brett Kulak for Edmonton. He steps into the zone. Puts it into the corner. Here's McDavid. Ekholm in front. And here's Draisaitl. And he just hammers home a wide open shot. Nice goal from Leon Draisaitl in the top line. Top line has done something now. Leon Draisaitl, after pouting in the second period, leading to a goal against. He makes up for that and scores in the third. Needed one before the halfway mark, and the Oilers are within one. Oilers are within one here. Kulak with a nice pass to Draisaitl, and Draisaitl that's just the easiest goal Draisaitl's going to score in his career. Wide open net for Leon. All right, so the Oilers are back in it here. All right, Detroit looking to get this back. They're in on the forecheck. Here's Casper. He loses it to Nugent-Hopkins. Emberson to Roslovic. He plays it in deep. Mangiapane chases after it. Detroit up the half wall. Alex DeBrincat. Pressured by two Oilers. Detroit looking to move this out. Oh, and here's a giveaway. Here's Roslovic. Steps in. And he doesn't shoot. Jack Roslovic was in the slot. He could have shot. He chose not to. Now Stetcher with a shot towards the goal. That goes off the pad, and Detroit will skate this out. What on earth, man? I don't understand why Roslovic didn't shoot. He stole the puck, walks into the high slot, and just doesn't put a shot on goal. I don't get it. Darnell Nurse can't keep the puck alive. Red Wings will send it in deep. Behind the Oilers' goal to Stuart Skinner. Oh, and Skinner with a horrible turnover. Puck is kept alive for a moment by Detroit, but it comes out into the neutral zone. They'll send it back around. Here's Bouchard. He'll give the puck to Connor McDavid with speed. McDavid gets by the defense. Here's a shot by Connor McDavid and a good save by John Gibson. Rebound comes out. Evan Bouchard can't keep it in the zone. Sends it back to Ekholm. Ekholm waiting for some reinforcements now. Here's Leon Draisaitl. He'll drop it for McDavid. McDavid. Oilers smelling maybe some blood in the water here. Here's Matthias Ekholm. Ekholm to Draisaitl. Draisaitl to Bouchard. Bouchard to McDavid. McDavid cycles it back to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl right circle. Centers it out in front. That goes off of his stick. Connor McDavid with a bad giveaway. Larkin into the middle. Here's Emmett Finney trying to get through, and a good defensive play by Matthias Ekholm. Here's Evan Bouchard. Oilers making a change. Oh, Bouchard with a breakout pass that's kept in by the Red Wings. Berggren sends it back to the point, but that's stolen by Frederick, and he'll play it up to Noah Philp, coming in on the left side. Philp tries to get a shot off, and that's deflected. Here's Matthew Savoy for the Oilers. Out there with Frederick and Philp. Puck sent around the corner. Edvinson loses it. Puck comes to Brett Kulak. Here's Matthew Savoy. He reverses. Ty Emberson. Oh, and so Emberson with a horrible giveaway. Here's Casper, walks in, centers it out in front. Just out of the reach. Here's Nygaard. He plays it back to Johansson. Johansson with a shot blocked by Emberson, and the Oilers struggling to get the puck out of their zone again. It's just these unforced giveaways. Casper trying to center it. Savoy sends it down the ice. The Oilers need a change here. Johansson to Casper. DeBrincat sends it in deep. Darnell Nurse is going to get checked. DeBrincat will pick up the puck for Detroit. To the blue line. Comes across to Johansson. Johansson down low, out of the reach of Casper. Nygaard loses it to Nugent-Hopkins, and Nugent-Hopkins with a horrible pass. Johansson plays it back up the left wing, and Casper trying to get by Stetcher. Darnell Nurse supports and grabs it. Nurse to Mangiapane. Mangiapane to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins trying to center it to Nurse, and the Red Wings will skate it forward. Here's Rasmussen. Comes in. Nice defensive play. Rebound in front by Van Riemsdyk. Can't shovel it home. Along the half wall, Andrew Mangiapane now, as this game has started to open up a little bit. Nugent Hopkins trying to get the puck in deep. Kind of a weird play by Nuge, but it comes to Mangiapane, and he centers a no-look pass to no one. Here's Ekholm. He skates back, gives it to Bouchard. Bouchard to Draisaitl. Draisaitl skates it through the neutral zone. He's going to get checked, but he holds on to it. Draisaitl across to McDavid. That's a bad giveaway. Here comes Emmett Finney. Finney walks in, shoots it, and a good save by Stuart Skinner. Here's Leon Draisaitl now. He'll give it to Connor McDavid. McDavid with speed brings it into the Red Wing zone. Into the middle now. Ekholm, puck bouncing off of his stick, and the Red Wings, they'll pick it up. The Oilers just can't make a pass. This puck's just bouncing all over the place, dude. Holy smokes. Here's Bouchard to McDavid, and McDavid's turnover once again, and the Red Wings bring it in. Shot towards the Oilers net. Easy save for Stuart Skinner. Nygaard plays it back to the point. Here's Edmondson with a shot. That's stopped by Skinner, and McDavid with the rebound clears it to an area, and Podkolzin trying to flip it deep. That bounces over his stick, and the Oilers are going to be able to get out of this. Here's Edmondson to DeBrincat. DeBrincat with a hard rim around. Brett Kulak for the Oilers can't play it forward. Casper in on Emberson. Detroit trying to come up with it. Good job by Kulak. He'll skate it forward. Finds Ike Howard. Howard with some speed. Here comes Isaac Howard. He's going to walk in, and a good defensive play. Puck comes to Savoy, and he turns and fires one wide. Nice try for Howard. Almost got by on his own there. Here comes Ike Howard now. He'll give it to Adam Henrique. He's checked off the puck. Back to Isaac Howard. To the point. Here's Stetcher towards the goal. It's in front to Henrique, and he just can't quite get a shot on net. Oh, and that puck bounces over Darnell Nurse's stick. Stuart Skinner's going to come out of his crease. He plays it across to Troy Stetcher. Stetcher trying to get it out of the zone. He can't. Kept in by Compher. Red Wings keep the play alive. Compher down low. To Berggren. Centered it out in front. Skinner has to be sharp. Nugent Hopkins to Stetcher. Finds Roslovic. Roslovic will send it in deep. Chips and chases. Roslovic pokes it forward. Behind the Red Wings net, Johansson and Mangiapane connect. Mangiapane can't come up with it. Johansson to Compher. To Bernard Docker. Red Wings trying to move it forward. Puck flipped to Darnell Nurse. Here's Darnell Nurse now. To Roslovic. Across. Just out of the reach of Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins can't grab it. Comes to Rasmussen. And he'll play it back to the neutral zone. Evan Bouchard up the middle now. Out of the reach of Ekholm. Why is Ekholm... Matthias Ekholm is trying to get in on the forecheck. McDavid steals it, though. McDavid walks in with a shot, and that's blocked in front. Red Wings. To center. Bouchard into the middle. Here's Connor McDavid. McDavid walks into the zone. Draisaitl. Right circle. Deflected. And that goes wide of the goal. Podkolzin, he throws a good hit. Good forecheck by Podkolzin. He keeps the play alive for a moment. And the play will come back to Bouchard. There has been no whistle for quite a while here. It has been straight time here in this third period. Ekholm plays it up to Podkolzin. He'll play it in deep. Draisaitl trying to protect and come up with it. And that puck is going to be played to the neutral zone to Matthias Ekholm. Ekholm to Bouchard. Bouchard off the glass. There has not been a whistle in over 8.5 minutes of game time. What's going on, Fleecy? It's not been a good game for Edmonton. I'll just say that. Here come the Red Wings now to brink it into the middle. Oh, and I don't know which Red Wing went down. Might have been tripped, no call. Puck comes to Kulak. He's trying to get it out. DeBrincat holds it for the Red Wings. Here's a shot, and that is blocked in front by Darnell Nurse. Here's Philp. He'll find Brett Kulak. Kulak to Noah Philp. Noah Philp will send it in deep. 3:03 to play here. Johansson loses it to Philp. Philp trying to center it out in front. Deflected. Here's Nurse with a shot, and that's blocked by Bernard Docker. Here's Darnell Nurse with another shot towards the goal, and I don't know if Gibson saved it or if that hit the outside of the net. And there's 2:40 to play here in the third period. The Oilers have had chances, not a lot of shots on the goal, but they've had some looks. Savoy on the ice late with Howard, trying to get the young kids out there to tie this game up. Oilers can't get it in. Howard now does send it in. Is that going to be icing? Not icing. Appleton protecting on the half wall. Here's Bouchard. Evan Bouchard, shot towards the goal. That goes off of a body and wide. 2:13 to play. Puck sent down towards Evan Bouchard. 2 minutes to go here in this game. Evan Bouchard is going to get a change for Edmonton. Puck is played up the ice. Here comes Draisaitl on a breakaway, and he fumbles the puck. Are you kidding me? And the puck is sent towards Stuart Skinner, and he has to get back to make the save. Draisaitl had a literal breakaway, and he overskated the puck. Here's Draisaitl now. He'll skate it forward. Oilers are going to pull the goalie. Here's Connor McDavid down low to Draisaitl. Around the boards. To the blue line to Ekholm. Ekholm trying to play it through the middle. Detroit steals it. And here's Finney towards the empty net, and he scores. Leon Draisaitl had a breakaway, overskated the puck. Jeez Louise, man. GG's Red Wings, GG's. GG's Red Wings. Red Wings fans that are tuning in, great game. How did Draisaitl overskate that puck? He literally has a breakaway. There's no excuse for that. There's just literally no excuse for that. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Fleecy. I hate this team. And Finney does a good job. He just chips it into an area. Podkolzin can't get back in time. Crazy, man. I've never heard of Finney until this game, but sure heard of him now. Not looking forward to playing Detroit later this season, man. Well, pulling the goalie makes sense when you're down a goal. Henrique's trying to come up with it. What's up, Bingus? I'm an Oilers and Lightning fan. Existence in Spain. Well, at least you've seen your Lightning have... They've won 2 Stanley Cups in the last several years, so at least you have that. Puck sent towards the Oilers' goal. Here's Roslovic for the Oilers, trying to get it in deep. Yeah, from 2011. I would love to see the Oilers win something. Get your Finney rookie cards. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. There is a lot to talk about in the fan reaction after this game, man. Here's Comfer with a shot, and that's going to get stopped by Stuart Skinner. 13.5 seconds to go. 5th straight win for Detroit. 3rd straight loss for Edmonton. Would you, Bingus? I'm leaving. This team is ass. Come on, Connor. You're part of the ass, Connor. Get your head in the game. Yeah, the Draisaitl opportunity is quite the I don't even know what to call that. Just there's bad luck, and then there's just not executing, and to me that's just not executing. I'm with you, Bingus. I'm with you. Also good to see you again, Homeelander. What's up, Jep? Me and Dry are leaving this team sucks. Thank you for the super chats. Hi, Unc. Just came in. What happened? You don't want to know. Another bad day at the office. Yep. I mean, I didn't see Draisaitl smiling. He might just be laughing at the absurdity of the chance that he had that he blew. Phil's going to get benched. Yeah, no kidding. All right, folks, hit the like button on your way out, all right? Hit the like button on your way out. Post-game fan reaction up within an hour or two. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Next game is Tuesday. Tuesday, brother. Tuesday. The Oilers on Tuesday play the Ottawa Senators. They play Ottawa on Tuesday. I'm a Toronto fan now. I think you're not going to have very much fun watching Toronto. No offense. Oilers played Tuesday against Ottawa. They're back home on the 23rd against Montreal, and then they're back on the road. Now, I will be in Vancouver for the Seattle and Vancouver game. I'm actually going to this game in Vancouver, the Oilers Nation Vacation. There will be no live streams for either of these games, although I may do a live stream from the bar that I'm going to, the lounge in Vancouver. I haven't decided yet. I've not decided yet. I will say Stu gave up one bad goal, and it ended up being the game winner. Are we going to put the whole game on Stu? Absolutely not. There's going to be a lot to talk about in the fan reaction. I appreciate everyone's support as always. The likes, the super chats. Thank you for the super chats where it's just Connor McDavid saying he wants out of Edmonton. Yeah, I've never been to Vancouver. It'll be my first time. Appreciate it, Kyle. Promise no hate on McDry. I will criticize them without hating on them, if that makes you feel better. Have I been to the United States? I have not. I've been to every single province in Canada. The only places I haven't been are the 3 territories. I would love to go to Japan. Japan is a dream destination for a holiday. But that requires money, which I don't have a lot of. Hey, GG's Red Wings fan. What's my favorite province outside of Alberta? Prince Edward Island. Or Nova Scotia. I love both those provinces to death. Big baller Bologna. I like the enthusiasm. Yeah, I love Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia is a great province. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. There will be a post-game fan reaction up in the next hour or two. Tomorrow, day after discussion. And then Tuesday, pregame report before the game against Ottawa. Tuesday night. I don't know if I can do the live stream on Tuesday yet. I will let everyone know. That is not a guarantee. Appreciate it, Emperor. Would it go? Probably not. I think a lot of it has to do with the personnel on the ice, but Knoblauch is not helping his case right now. Going to be hard not seeing Philp for the next 10 games. Yeah, exactly. Noah Philp scores, and that's it from Noah Philp. Did I see what happened in Minecraft? I haven't been on the server in like a week, so no. From Prince Edward, I love Prince Edward Island so much. Love Prince Edward Island. My house is burned down. Whatever. I'll build a new house. All right, folks. That's it from me. Thank you all so much. I am out of here. I'll get the post-game fan reaction up for you. And we'll see you soon. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you're subscribed. We are climbing towards 10,000 subs. The closer we get to 10,000 subs, the more likely we may even get sponsored. I may or may not have been contacted by a sponsorship opportunity this morning. So keep an eye out for that, maybe. Don't know when. But yeah, we'll see you soon. Tell someone that you love them. Fight like a kid. Fight like Ben. Let's go, Oilers. Thank you all so much for your continued support. No, not a gambling sponsor. I will never, ever, ever accept sponsorships from gambling sites. Absolutely not. Nope. That is something you will never see on the channel. But yeah, we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.